Why Hollywood Can't Replace Keanu Reeves. Have you ever wondered why, despite Hollywood producing new stars every year, nobody seems capable of replacing Keanu Reeves? In an industry built on fame, image, and competition, actors come and go. Some dominate the box office for a few years before fading into the background. Others enjoy brief moments of popularity before audiences move on to the next big thing. But Keanu Reeves is different. For more than 3 decades, he has remained one of the most respected and beloved actors in Hollywood. He has survived changing trends, industry shifts, and fierce competition. While many stars have struggled to stay relevant, Keanu continues to attract audiences across multiple generations. What's even more remarkable is that his popularity isn't based solely on blockbuster movies. People admire Keanu Reeves for something much deeper. He's become a rare symbol of humility, authenticity, and resilience in an industry often criticized for ego and controversy. But how did this happen? Why do millions of people around the world see Keanu Reeves as irreplaceable? And why has Hollywood failed to create another star quite like him? To understand the answer, we need to go back to the very beginning. Keanu Charles Reeves was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon. His early life was far from easy. His father left the family when Keanu was still very young, leaving his mother to raise him and his sister largely on her own. As a result, the family moved frequently, living in different cities and countries throughout Keanu's childhood. Unlike many Hollywood stars who dreamed of acting from an early age, Keanu initially focused on sports. He was particularly passionate about hockey and even hoped to become a professional player. Friends and teachers often described him as quiet, respectful, and somewhat shy. However, life had other plans. After suffering injuries that affected his athletic ambitions, Keanu began exploring acting. At first, nobody could have predicted what would happen next. In the 1980s, he appeared in small television roles and low-budget films. Like countless aspiring actors, he faced rejection and uncertainty. Yet there was something unique about his screen presence. He wasn't trying to imitate anyone. He wasn't forcing charisma. He simply felt genuine. Audiences could sense it. His breakthrough came with films such as Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. The movie introduced Keanu to a larger audience and showcased his natural charm. At that point, many industry executives viewed him as another young actor enjoying temporary success. Nobody expected him to become one of Hollywood's most enduring stars. And then came the role that changed everything. In 1999, Keanu Reeves starred as Neo in The Matrix. At the time, few people realized how revolutionary the film would become. The Matrix wasn't just a box office success. It transformed modern action cinema. Its visual effects, philosophical themes, and innovative action sequences influenced an entire generation of filmmakers. But here's what many people don't realize. The movie needed the right actor to succeed. Neo wasn't supposed to be an arrogant superhero. He wasn't a traditional action hero. The character required someone who could appear vulnerable, curious, and relatable, while gradually evolving into a powerful figure. Keanu Reeves was the perfect choice. His calm personality and understated acting style made Neo believable. Audiences didn't just watch Neo's journey, they experienced it alongside him. The success of The Matrix elevated Keanu Reeves into global superstardom. Most actors would have used that success to build a larger-than-life celebrity image. But Keanu did the exact opposite. While other stars embraced luxury and attention, Keanu remained surprisingly grounded. Stories began emerging from people who had encountered him in everyday situations. Fans shared accounts of seeing him ride public transportation. Restaurant workers described him as polite and respectful. Crew members praised his generosity and professionalism. Unlike many celebrity stories, these accounts appeared consistently over many years. People weren't praising a carefully managed public image. They were describing the same person again and again. And that consistency became one of the main reasons audiences connected with him on a deeper level. In a world filled with carefully crafted celebrity personas, Keanu Reeves felt real. That authenticity would eventually become one of his greatest strengths. But behind the success and admiration, Keanu was carrying pain that few people fully understood. And those personal tragedies would shape the man the world knows today. While Keanu Reeves was becoming one of Hollywood's biggest stars, he was quietly facing struggles that most people never knew about. From the outside, his life looked perfect. He had starred in successful movies, earned millions of dollars, and gained worldwide recognition. But behind the scenes, he was experiencing personal losses that would change him forever. In the late 1990s, Keanu was in a relationship with Jennifer Syme. The couple was expecting their first child and looking forward to building a future together. However, tragedy struck when their daughter was stillborn. The loss deeply affected both of them. It was a devastating experience that few people can truly understand. The grief placed enormous pressure on their relationship, and eventually they separated. As painful as that was, an even greater tragedy followed. In 2001, Jennifer Syme died in a car accident. Within just a few years, Keanu had lost both his daughter and the woman he loved. For many people, such experiences would have been impossible to overcome. Yet Keanu continued moving forward. Not because the pain disappeared, but because he learned to live with it. Over time, fans began noticing something unusual about him. Unlike many celebrities, he never tried to present himself as perfect. He never acted like someone who had all the answers. Instead, he seemed honest about life's difficulties. That honesty made him relatable. People didn't see a Hollywood superstar. They saw a human being. And that connection became stronger as more stories about Keanu began appearing online. Again and again, people who met him described him in similar ways. Kind, respectful, humble. Whether he was talking to a fan, a waiter, or a member of a film crew, the stories were remarkably consistent. In an industry where image is everything, Keanu's reputation seemed to come naturally. Many celebrities spend years building carefully crafted public personas. Keanu never appeared interested in doing that. Instead, he simply behaved like himself. Ironically, that authenticity became one of his greatest strengths. People trusted him. And in today's world, trust is incredibly rare. But perhaps the most impressive chapter of his story was still ahead. By the early 2000s, many believed Keanu's biggest successes were behind him. Hollywood constantly searches for younger stars. Actors who dominate one decade are often forgotten in the next. Although Keanu remained respected, he was no longer viewed as one of the industry's biggest box office attractions. At least, that's what many people thought. Then came John Wick. When the first film was released in 2014, expectations were relatively modest. The story seemed simple. A retired assassin seeks revenge after criminals destroy the last gift left to him by his late wife. But audiences quickly realized that John Wick was different. The action felt fresh. The world building was unique. And Keanu Reeves delivered one of the best performances of his career. What made the character so compelling wasn't just the action scenes, it was the emotion behind them. John Wick was a man dealing with grief, loss, and loneliness. In many ways, Keanu understood those emotions better than most actors could. The role felt authentic because it came from a place of genuine experience. The movie became a massive success. Soon, it grew into one of the most popular action franchises in modern cinema. More importantly, it introduced Keanu Reeves to an entirely new generation of fans. Most actors struggle to remain relevant for 10 years. Keanu managed to stay relevant for more than 3 decades. That's an extraordinary achievement. But even now, the question remains: why can't Hollywood replace him? After all, there are countless talented actors. There are younger stars, bigger social media followings, new action heroes. Yet nobody seems capable of filling the same role. The answer has very little to do with acting alone. Hollywood can find another talented performer. It can create another action star. What it cannot easily create is a person with Keanu's unique combination of qualities: his authenticity, his humility, his resilience, his reputation. These are things that cannot be manufactured by a studio or a marketing campaign. They must be earned over many years. Keanu Reeves earned them through consistency, through the way he treated people, through the way he handled success, and through the way he responded to hardship. That is why audiences continue to support him, not simply because they enjoy his movies, but because they admire the person behind them. In a world where celebrities often seem distant, Keanu feels approachable. In an industry known for controversy, he is known for kindness. And in a culture obsessed with image, he remains remarkably genuine. Perhaps that's the real reason Hollywood,